Live in Mission Square at the California Mid-State Fair, it's the Cork Dorks. Adam Montiel and Jeremy West.
We talked about Friday, the wine day, being a who's who of people in the wine business. Today is pretty incredible to see all the folks, distillers, some of the best mixologists, producers. They are all here today for Get Crafty. It is the 75th annual California Mid-State Fair. The Get Crafty competition is, well, I don't know, probably 5-6 years in now. I'm guessing, maybe, you know, I'm guessing, but it's been more fun every single year, and every year, Jeremy, you've been a judge of this. And we're just
this
more
is a
blown
treat,
away.
man. This is such a treat. I mean, and we've really increased the. We got some. Talk about some of our judges. We got Steve coming in, who's a big fan of wine. He's a big fan of spirits. He's a big fan of telling people how to do things better. He's fantastic. We love him. He's a great guest on the Liquid Lunch, and he's going to be back with us again here today, getting it done up on the stage with you.
Yeah, I'm excited. Also, I met Marshall Altier about 8-9 years ago. He's got a couple decades of experience in the hospitality, wine, and spirits industry. He's worked and lived around the globe as a bartender, educator, consultant in New York, Hong Kong, Tokyo, Dubai, Oahu, Vegas. Most recently, he's calling home L.A., and that's why we were able to get him up here for, and thanks to Dentu Vineyards for accommodating one of the judges who's from out of town.
Yeah.
Because we're able to have probably the most esteemed and most knowledgeable judge we've ever had for this competition up there today.
So it's going down.
So wait a minute. Does that mean that for the last 4 or 5 years that you guys have judged, or 6 years, that it's just, it's quasi?
No, I mean, Jeremy and I know cocktails.
Okay.
I mean, let's
all right.
and
I'm
then,
just making sure, because I won many times with you guys. So just want to make sure we're legit.
But now I think it's even cooler to have somebody with such a background. You know what I mean? Like, it's really neat. So I'm looking forward to it. And also, we have a new judge who I haven't met. I want to say that is, what's your name again?
This is Greer.
It's Greer.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to meeting you and having you up there with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're on the board with the California Mid-State Fair, correct? Awesome. Well, I heard you are a cocktail aficionado in your own right. So looking forward to having Greer up there as well.
She is a great, great person.
Tell me about Greer.
I don't know if I can, because it might skew the Greer used to work for me back in the day.
She's like shaking her head now. Oh, cool.
She was my tasting room manager for the winery. And
back in the old Silverhorse days.
She's a wonderful person, and she's kicking it here at the fair now. So, and she has her own little really cool vintage rental company. So she can go into all that later.
We got Steve Croner and Joe just got here.
What's up, Joe Barton? Look at
Joe
that.
Barton in the house.
Joe.
I like Krobar right here.
I like the shirt.
I can't wear my hat, though.
What is that hat? That's very hipstery.
I'm trying to fit in.
Yeah, is that what that is? Is that really a hipster hat?
I mean, yeah.
It's kind of, yeah.
Can I try it on?
It looks good with the
it's a hard brim, isn't it?
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm
Michael
afraid,
Jackson.
I don't think that would fit my head.
I think
Let me
you
try.
can turn your.
Can we get it on
it's not
Adam's
gonna
head?
work.
There's no way that's going on my head.
Here we go.
There's no way that's going on my head.
See?
No, I got
like a
some
mob
work
boss.
to do for sure. You want to
It's
try
not,
it?
no, it's going to float on top.
Your
Forget
hair
it.
is too perfect today.
Exactly.
All right, we can't mess with that. So.
All right, hats
Look
are
at this.
done.
It's great to have you guys. We were talking earlier. I was introducing Steve to one of our judges, and I was telling him about your little trip that you took. And to me, it's one of the most inspiring things that I think a couple of friends and business partners can get together and do.
The road trip up to Tahoe?
No,
That's a different one.
we can't talk about that on the radio.
We're talking about Reno.
Okay.
After Tahoe.
After Tahoe.
He's talking about us going to the coasts, different coasts, and checking out different distilleries.
As you were coming up with this idea, you had the idea, you wanted to do it, and you're like, hey, let's talk about that a little bit. What did you pick? What did you take away from that trip?
I think actually I just thought about randomly. I remember in Denver, we'd always kind of go, obviously just to distilleries, and these would be road shows, conferences, and things like that. But we'd always go out at night, and we'd pick a bar, find a place that you'd heard about, like these guys make great cocktails. And so we're like, all right, let's figure it out. Let's go see what they do. And it was always like, I would order something off the list. I'd always like, I want to try that. What are you guys proud of? And then Steve would always order something that wasn't on the list that nobody ever heard of, because he wanted to see if this person really knew what they were doing or if they were just recipe makers. So, and it was kind of funny. You would see, where the guy would be like, oh, yeah. And they're like over there on their iPad, flipping through, trying to figure out how to make this thing real quick. And then but also too, you see the experience. You really started to learn what, for me, classic killer cocktails were that were done well. everything was done right. Not just the presentation, but the right stemware, how you mixed it, all the ingredients, and it could be so simple. It wasn't like this, advanced cocktail. It was like that classic cocktail done well. And it makes the spirit shine.
We're here at the California Mid-State Fair. It's Jeremy and Adam. And coming up here later on, we'll announce the winner in the Get Crafty cocktail competition. We're having cocktails here. We're going to have the guys here at the booth with us as the judges go through, and we have 9 cocktails today. And, of course, one of those will be made with the Krobar gin. Talk about which gin, and this is an award-winning gin here at the competition as well. Talk about which gin went into this, and give us a little background on it.
Navy strength gin right here.
Yeah.
Pretty, might as well pour you some while we're talking about it.
I know. It's that time of day.
Yeah.
Everybody else is drinking.
Thank you.
I don't know why we're not drinking.
Yeah. So, this is okay.
And it's Navy strength, so.
What does that mean? That means
because you can only drink it on a wooden boat.
Navy strength is a term that old sailors used to use to make sure that the government didn't water down their rations.
Oh, okay.
So
I
Navy
see.
strength at
So it's up to
114
par.
proof. Yeah, it would light the gunpowder on fire. So
yeah, I put my nose a little too deep into that glass, and I tell you,
got to do.
Excellent, man.
I'm cleared out now.
12
for sure.
botanicals in this bad boy.
114.
And
Wow, that's awesome.
we distill it super clean, and it's going to make an excellent cocktail. And they're also using our lit, light, and bright.
So when you're doing when you're making a gin and you're deciding your botanicals, and I'm guessing that's kind of your recipe, right? How many different trials do you remember going through before you really nailed down what you thought your flavor, your Krobar profile was going to be?
A lot, actually. We did. It was 75.
I was going to say, is it 25 a lot or is 100 a lot?
No, we were in Kentucky making our very first rye, and we had this small little test still, and we distilled 40 different botanicals. And then we put blends together with those.
Showing nicely.
And they were all terrible. It was our first time doing it. We didn't know what the hell we were doing.
Well, and still that we were doing the whole process was flawed.
Yeah.
From the get-go.
So we had a lot of iterations, and when we finally got our still here in Paso Robles at the distillery, we were able to dial it in, and it took us a few times to get it right. But after many times and many tastings, we finally settled on this original gin recipe.
Yeah, and there's a lot of technique to it as well. I mean, there's different. That's the biggest thing that I probably learned was just the technique and what style of gin distillation you're going to do, and that depicts and depends on the type of botanicals you're going to use. So I mean, we're still, having fun toying with that because there's just an innumerable amount of opportunities with gin.
Yeah, it's never changing, right? I mean, it's evolution. Yeah. We're going to continue to bob and weave and do all that kind of different things and try different things. And are we going to make a cocktail this afternoon with this? Well, I mean, in the competition.
Somebody is.
Let's just wait for that.
I'm not going to say who, but somebody's going to make something with our product.
Yes, we can. See, I keep trying to get it to sneak it out, but it's not working. You're pretty sharp.
Right here,
so.
right now.
All right, we got Krobar in the house. We're here at the Get Crafty Cocktail Competition at the California Mid-State Fair. We got Joe Barton, Steve Kroner hanging out with us. We'll be right back.